Hey everybody, I'm Bob Lucido, and this is the Bearcat Training Camp, where we are offering in-depth business building training for Team Beachbody coaches. Now, we're in phase 2 of our training program, and we spent the first 3 videos of phase 2 talking about how to share the business opportunity. The reason for that is that phase 2 is all about connecting with and cultivating partner leaders, business partners that you're going to connect with and join together with to build an organization. An organization is a network of teams, okay? And in phase 1, we were talking about the foundation building activities to help build you a team, to help build you a customer base, and to help you get started on building your own team, okay? Now, I'm going to remind you again, phase 1 activities never go away. And you're going to keep hearing that from me, because one of the things that I see that is the biggest mistake that happens over and over again when coaches make it into the sort of phase 2 area, diamond, star diamond, they leave phase 1 behind. Never do that. Okay, we always have to have the phase 1 activities going on, the daily disciplines, living in the 50-10, living in the sharing cycle, all of those things that we talked about that are really the lifeblood of your business need to continue going on. Okay, but once you have those going on and you have a good foundation, you need to also be ready to open up to a new set of goals and some new targets. And that's where we are in phase 2. In phase 2, I'm going to suggest that you want to start thinking about building an organization, not just a team. A team is led by you. You're the leader. That's great. An organization is a network of teams led by your partner leaders. Business partners who have joined you on this journey and who are also building their own teams. That's what's going to open up the next level of success for you in this business, and that's what's going to open the door to the possibility of you becoming the leader of an organization. The leader of an organization that is self-duplicating. We started to talk about duplication in phase 2 and the importance of duplication in your business. When you connect with partner leaders, your organization has the possibility of becoming self-duplicating. And what I mean by that is it will continue to duplicate and grow regardless of what you individually are doing. It no longer is dependent upon you and your individual efforts. Now, that's not to say that you go away. You're still there and you're doing your phase 1 activities and you're still growing, but your organization is growing because you have now developed leader partners who are also growing their businesses. And so your organization now sort of takes on a life of its own and continues to grow and duplicate because you were committed to phase 1, you remain committed to phase 1, you graduate to phase 2, set a little bit different goals that I'm going to talk about here today, and start driving duplication. And that's where we are, okay? So, all that being said, you need to keep in mind that your real goal here is building exactly what I just talked about, an organization. Your goal here is connecting with business partners, okay? In the beginning, phase 1, our goal was to connect with customers, connect with people who want to be in our challenge groups, connect with maybe some people who want to become coaches and join us on this journey, and we lock arms and continue down the road together. But once you've got all that established and you're turning the corner into phase 2, this is where you're really amping up the goal and recognizing that beyond all of that, what you're really looking for are your business partners, your partner leaders. Now, a lot of times they're going to come out of your phase 1 activities, and that's great. I just want to make sure that you know there's a bigger goal, because you can't hit a goal that you haven't defined. You can't hit a target that you haven't defined. And so what we're going to do here is define what goal number 2 is. Once you've completed phase 1 and you've got all that stuff going, those initial goals were getting some customers, getting some people in your challenge groups, starting to hit Success Club consistently, starting to rack up elite points and even qualifying for elite, starting to build your team. All of those things were our goals, right? Living in the sharing cycle, all those things we talked about. But really, all of those things were building you a foundation to move you to the ultimate goal, which is finding, connecting with, and cultivating your partner leaders, your business partners, okay? So I want to share a premise with you here today and suggest that you bring in some new goals if these aren't already in your goal list. First of all, I'm going to ask you to commit to a 5-year plan, okay? If you're in phase 2, if you've made it this far, then you're obviously very serious about growing this as a business and taking advantage of the potential to build this into a business that can replace what you're doing full-time, and maybe even, as it's done for me, not only replace what I was doing as an attorney full-time before this, but far surpass in earnings what I could have ever reached if I had stayed doing what I was doing before, okay? And again, read the disclaimers. It's not a promise to anybody that your path is gonna look exactly like mine, but I can share with you what has happened to me and what we've been able to duplicate over and over and over again in my own organization. It starts with getting on a 5-year plan. You have to get serious enough about this to think in that kind of a way, okay? So that you can get committed, so that you can get active, and so that you can start creating your target and really defining your goal in a way that's going to draw you towards manifesting that goal, okay? Starts with a 5-year plan. What I'm sharing with you today is something I call the 5x5 rule. Starts with a 5-year plan. We've got to have a long-term plan, and we're only looking for 5 people in those 5 years, okay? We're looking for 5 business partners. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm telling you to only recruit 5 coaches over the next 5 years. What I'm telling you is those are the gems that you're looking for. Those are the gold nuggets that you're sifting through your challenge groups looking for, that you're sifting through your business opportunity presentation participants that you're looking for the coaches who are already in your downline, either sponsored by you or someone else that you're looking for. And by the way, I'm going to put an asterisk on that because we'll get to that later when we start talking about phase 3 stuff actually. For now, in this 5-year plan, I want you to be focused on 5 personally sponsored coaches who are going to commit to and achieve 5-star diamond or above themselves, okay? So you are going to commit to achieving 5-star diamond or above in your 5-year plan and connecting with and sponsoring at least 5 people who are going to set that same goal and achieve it with you as your partner. You're going to work together with these people to create your success, their success, and group success. Okay? So there's the goal that I want you to bring in. And again, if you don't ever have that in your mind, then you're chasing Success Club, you're chasing elite points, you're chasing rank advancements, but you don't have an overall goal and focus of really where you're trying to go. I am trying to give you today a suggestion of what it is you're actually looking for. Okay? Now, you may end up recruiting and having hundreds of coaches join your team along this journey, but understand that you're seeking out the 5 who are going to be your real business partners, okay? Now, I put up a video from Barry Vanderchek on the Facebook page the other day talking about kind of this similar process. And what he was talking about is beyond numbers, talent counts. And go ahead and watch that video because I don't want to paraphrase or restate what he said. But other than to say, the thesis of the statement of that short little video is talent matters. You need to be seeking talent and you need to be cultivating talent when it shows up in your organization. And by that I mean partnering with people, inviting people to be your partner, and then truly partnering. It's not enough to be a success partner and talk once a week. It's not enough to sponsor somebody into the business and have kind of casual connection with them. You need to find the people who really want to do this as a business and partner with them. And for me, that means getting in the business with them. If I sponsor you, then I'm right there for you and I'll run as fast as you want to run. I'll always match your efforts to build your business. And you need to be doing the same thing with the people that you're sponsoring. Create partnerships and build together. And I mean together in every aspect. Sharing the opportunity together, meeting with and sharing with and presenting to prospects together, helping each other, running challenge groups, helping each other, support and train the people who are coming into your team. True partnerships with those who want to do this. And again, you're looking for 5. Okay, so again, you may say, I only have 1 right now. Great. Partner with the 1 person that you have, but create true partnership to drive success, okay? And don't get lazy looking for your 5. Know that they are the gold nuggets, they are the diamonds that are going to propel forward your business into an organization, okay? I remember when this concept was first presented to me, and the trainer shared this sort of analogy or story, and I'm going to share it with you because I think it's a really good one and it really makes sense. What if you walked into a gymnasium? Just picture a gymnasium, empty floor, complete open gymnasium, and there's 100,000 little Dixie cups all on the floor, spread out in the gymnasium, all upside down. And I tell you that there are 5 1-carat diamonds or 3-carat diamonds, whatever, 5-carat diamonds in that room, under 5 of those cups. But there's 100,000 in the room. And all you have to do is turn over each one until you find the 5. And if you do, you can keep them. How many do you think you would turn over? How long do you think you would stay in that room turning them over? Would you turn over 10 and say, this doesn't work, I'm not good at this? Would you turn over 100 and say, this doesn't work, I'm never going to find it? Would you turn over 1,000 and walk away? Or would you stay there and turn over every single one of those 100,000 Dixie cups until you found all 5 of those diamonds? That's kind of what this opportunity is like. And that's exactly like this concept that I'm trying to share with you today. That's the challenge that you have in front of you. There are 5 diamonds out there waiting for you to find them. And trust me, when you do, they will build the same kind of return as if you found, 5 1-carat diamonds or whatever it is that I put in my analogy story. The value will be similar, maybe even greater. How many will you turn over? How many invitations are you going to personally deliver? How many cups are you going to turn over in your sharing and recruiting process? Are you going to do 1 or 2 a day and then get bored? Are you going to say, I don't have time? What effort are you going to put into finding your diamonds? Because I'm here to tell you they're out there. And I'm here to tell you that as a Team Beachbody coach, you have the power to find them. You have the tools to discover those diamonds and empower them to become that value that you see when you look at that diamond. That's the opportunity that we have before us. And when you have the right target and you know you're looking for the 5 and you know they're out there, then you can hit the target because you know what you're going after. And as you're sifting through everything and as you're sifting through everything that you do, you're always driving towards looking for those to add to your team or looking to cultivate those that might already be in your team, either placed there by you or by someone else. But again, for today's purposes, I really want you to take this goal that I'm suggesting as your personally sponsored. Because once you find and connect with the 5, your personally sponsored 5, who are going to go 5-star diamond or above with you and maintain at that level, you've opened the door to the life-changing kind of success that we've talked about since the beginning of this program. The whys that we all shared back in the beginning, the big dreams, the positive life change that we talked about wanting to get to. This is where it comes from. It comes from the connection with your business builder partners that are going to help you to build an organization and build collective success together with you. But you have to know that's your goal because you have to know you're looking for those. And you have to spend some of your time looking for those. And that's why I started phase 2 with 3 videos talking about how to present the business opportunity. You can't find business partners if you're always leading product first. You can't do it. You can't find business partners until you start leading with invitations to join you as a business partner. You can't cultivate partner leaders in your own team if you aren't focused on creating those partnerships and getting active in those partnerships. Are you spending some of your time building those partnerships? In phase 2, you should be. If you've got the phase 1 activities down and those are all running good in your business, and you're now in phase 2, you're sharing the business opportunity, you're looking for and actively inviting for your business partners, and you're actively partnering to build business with the coaches who are in your team, even if it's only one. When this concept was first shared with me, I had one person in my downline, and I partnered up with that one person, and together we got to work doing this, each seeking our 5. Cool part is 5 years later, we both found our 5, and we both ended up in the Beachbody $1 Million Club. Okay, and again, no promises that anybody's path is going to look exactly like ours. Everybody reaches the success, their own individual success based on what they bring to the table and how they do this. I'm here to give you the tools, and then it's up to you on how you're going to do it. This is the results that I've been able to reach and we've been able to duplicate in our team over and over again. Because the cool part is, once you start looking for business partners, once you start sharing this goal and this concept with your own team and they start looking for their 5 as well, that is what's going to drive the self-duplication that we talked about. Business partners, business builders added to your downline, to your team, is what creates the quantum leaps. It's what creates teams popping up in your organization. You don't want to just be a team. You want to be a leader of many teams. You want to be a network of teams, an organization filled with teams. And that comes from business partner leaders. Okay, that's one of the key components to drive you forth in duplication, and it's going to drive you forth into phase 3. And phase 3 is down the road a bit, and we'll get to that later. But phase 3 starts to look like an organization filled with successful teams. when you start looking for and cultivating your business partners and you share that as a goal, as a common goal that you teach and share in your organization that continues to drive down the ripples, you'll see amazing things happen. Once you have your 5 and then your leaders are driving towards the same thing because you've shared this concept with them too and they're looking for their 5 and their 5, a couple of things happen. Number one, huge amounts of volume come into your business because a 5-star diamond level team generates a pretty good deal of volume. And if you've got at least 5 of them spread out in your team, you've got some great volume going. Now we talked about, volume being of such great importance and being the second leg, rank and volume, the 2 legs that drive your ability to earn income under our compensation plan. Well, here's one of the ways to drive huge amounts of volume into your business, creating multiple levels of leaders. And the cool thing is, as you do that and you spread it down, you will see that happen generationally in your business. So here I am now 6, maybe almost 7 years into the business. Not only have I found my 5, but because I've created this ripple effect in my own organization, I think we're at about 25 or 26 now, 5-star diamond or above level coaches in my own organization, because of the duplication and the self-replication that's going to happen when you create and cultivate leadership within your business. When you make that a goal, don't just hope it's going to happen. Don't spend all of your time developing customer base and running challenge groups and chasing points without understanding that your number one goal as a business builder is to be building organizationally, okay? Now remember, I'm not telling you not to do these other 3 things. They're in phase 1 and you do them and you continue to do them. The biggest mistake people make is to somehow mishear that they get to stop doing those things. We don't ever stop doing those things. They're always going to drive phase 1 growth. But don't forget to also evolve into phase 2 growth and start building and cultivating the business growth that you want to happen in your organization. Okay? So, at this point, if you've made it to phase 2 and you're working at this level and you've got phase 1 going and your foundation is solid, you should be spending about 50% of your sharing time seeking business partners, okay? So what I mean by that is 50% of your time can be, in your daily disciplines and you're seeking out customers and people for your challenge groups and your fit clubs and your shake and shares and all of those things that keep the lifeblood of your business moving forward. But at least 50% of your recruiting time is focused 100% on seeking business partners, leading with the business presentation. You're not going to find them otherwise, okay? You're going to find few and far between coming out of the phase 1 activities, and look for them. That's where you're doing your gold miner kind of prospecting, but you're going to go through an awful lot of rocks before you get a couple. Make sure you're also spending some time right up front looking for them first and foremost, okay? And then also 100% of your time, no matter what you're doing, always keeping in the back of your mind that the true goal is seeking these 5. So whether I'm working in a challenge group or if I'm meeting people for the first time at a shake and share, or I'm working with people at a fit club, or I'm in a sneak peek group, or whatever that is, all of those many things that we talked about in phase 1, do those things, but also always know that what you're looking for while you're doing those things are the potential leader partners that you can identify in those masses of people that you're working with over here. And then over here in your targeted business partner recruiting, you're actually inviting and sharing for that sole purpose. When I'm doing a business partner focused recruiting, I'm not asking that person to join my challenge group. I'm not asking that person to buy a product from me necessarily, other than as the doorway to open the business. I'm not sharing product first. I'm sharing business first and inviting these individuals to come in as my business partners. Now, yes, I'll teach them all the phase one stuff, and they'll connect with product and learn how to come through this path that we've talked about, but we're sharing primarily for the process of building a new business, okay? These components need to come together, and you need to start bringing phase one and phase two into a seamless fit, driving the way that you run your business, driving the way that you look at your business, and driving the way that you focus on and set goals that are going to drive your business forward, okay? Talent matters. 5 by 5 rule. This is important stuff, folks. I hope it makes sense to you. We'll see you next week.